Okay, I did it. Let's talk about season 3 of The Morning Show. Yeah, I just finished season 3 of The Morning Show approximately 20 minutes ago. So, as I must, I came here because I need to rank the characters. But first, you might have noticed a new prop. This is my Sopranos box set. I do in fact own a box set of all 6 seasons of The Sopranos. I bought it at Target when I was there recently with the bestie. I figured because I'm talking about television and I have a little Emmys rant coming in this video that I know I'm going to be making, so I figured we might as well have The Sopranos to join us for some sense of credibility. But before I continue, just a disclaimer, this is a character ranking and it's my opinion. Okay? These are the characters based solely on my feelings and my thoughts. They are not your feelings or your thoughts, and therefore, ergo, as a result, you can disagree with all my rankings. You can have like an exact flipped ranking, and that's totally fine. I love that for you. I love that for me. I love that for us. Alrighty, here's my screen. As always, here are my characters. Here are the characters already here. These are the characters that are not relevant. Whenever I do these character rankings, if the character is not relevant to the season I'm discussing, they stay on the tier list because they're not relevant, but I want them here. Because now that we're done with the show, as of right now at least, of what's come out, this will be the complete character ranking. Like, all the characters are on here, and I'm excited for it, so they're staying. Okay, cool. Let's go over the tiers. Bottom tier. Please leave. These are the characters that I don't like. Like, not in the sense that I don't like them and I don't think they bring anything. There are characters in shows that I can't stand, but they bring a certain je ne sais quoi. They add something to the show. Like, okay, perfect example actually. Succession's Roman Roy. I hate Roman Roy in Succession. I can't stand that man. But he brings stuff to the show. Like, he is an important character, right? He would not go in the Please Leave tier. The Please Leave tier are the characters that I don't think add anything and that I don't like. Then they're fine tier. These are the characters that I don't feel very strongly about. These are the characters, like, they're there. I don't think they need to leave. They're mostly just fine. It's honestly, this is like the potential tier more than anything else. At least for Miss Hannah, it's like you had the potential to be great, and that was a missed potential, so that's why they're in the they're fine tier. Then I like them. These are the characters that I enjoy. I enjoy what they bring to the show, or I just like them as characters. A bit iconic are the characters I'm beginning to love. Like, they're definitely more than I'll like, but they're not quite at an adoration yet. However, That's My Queen tier is the characters that I adore. Those are my favorite characters. Those are the ones that I stan. They're the best ones. And starting us off, we have one of our leads, Miss Bradley Jackson. I'm going to put her in the top tier. Season 2 was like the Bradley Jackson season to me. She was very good in this season, specifically the COVID episode and the Capitol episode, like the flashback one. That episode was so good. That was one of my favorite episodes of this season, and she was so good in it. I loved it. I loved her. I'm very curious where she's gonna go, because spoilers, I don't know if she starts season 4 in prison. There's like a 50-50 she will quite literally be jailed for crimes by the FBI. So I don't know where she's gonna go, but I'm compelled by her and I'm very excited. Next is Chip. Chip is fine this season. Frankly, this season for a lot of characters was like the romance season. And spoilers, I didn't care about like 98% of what was going on in romance. Chip, most of what he was doing was romance based. It was him fucking Alex's assistant. I didn't care for that. I felt nothing about it. I hated it, in fact, at various points. So that was not compelling. The one thing he did that I guess was good was his The Morning Show rant. That was good. I liked that. Pretty much anything else he did just did not compel. Next is Chris. I really liked her. She's gonna go in a bit iconic. I will confess my own shortcomings. I was watching the one she got nominated for an Emmy for, actually, the one where she got called, what was it, Aunt Jemima, I think is what they called her in the episode. Like, the board chair called her Aunt Jemima, and it was a whole thing. But I was watching that episode and I was like, I've seen her somewhere. I know this woman. Turns out she's the girl from Sleepy Hollow. I did not realize. I used to love that show. I watched it religiously. I was so mad specifically when her character died because it ruined the show. But I really liked her in that show. I really liked her in this show. She's apparently not returning, and I'm really upset about that because I really liked her. Oh, Mr. Corey Ellison. I think you've made your way to being my queen. The journey this man has been on, in my own mind, is a bit much. I started out hating him. Okay, if you watched my season 1 video, you'll know this. I hated this man in season 1. And throughout season 1, he grew on me. He really did. And then season 2, I was like, okay, I like him. By this point, I am frankly more compelled by him than any other man on this show. I know it's a very female-focused show, but even so, he is the most compelling of the men. And it's so good. He's mine. I love it. Like, the way he pivots, he does things. I like it. I liked his mom. I didn't put her on here because she was in, like, one episode and it did not feel relevant enough. But I liked his mom. She was fun. Frankly, I want a spin-off about his mom. Like, show me his mom in her youth. I would love it. I would eat it up. But that's not the point. The point is with Chip, I like him. My one fear is specifically related to these two. I'm so scared they're gonna get them together. Like, I've been fearing this really since season 1. If I'm being honest, I've been terrified that they were gonna get together. And then they paired Bradley with Laura, and I was like, okay, we might be safe. But then he had his love confession, and then in her interview about his alleged abuse, she was like, I didn't, like, he loved me in a way that I'm not ready for, or whatever. She's like, I'm so scared. I don't want them to be a couple. I think it would be really bad for the both of them if they were a couple. Next to Sybil, can I be honest? I wasn't gonna put her here. And then she was up for an Emmy for this, which I will come back to. I like her. I do. I always have. She's been in the show on and off. I do enjoy her. But she's not really that relevant a lot of the time. Like, when she left after, I think it was like episode 3 or 4 of the season, I fully was like, oh, she's not coming back? Okay, and then like 10 minutes later she walked on screen. But even so, she was very much not that relevant in the season, and I wouldn't have included her, but she's up for Best Supporting Actress. I'd be shocked if she won. But she's up for Best Supporting Actress, which I will come back to, and I don't know why, but I felt like it would have been weird to leave her off. I forgot Daniel was even here. He's not in this season. He should leave. That was an oversight on my part. I deeply apologize. Actually, rounding out our bottom tier is Fred. Every time Fred leaves a scene, I think to myself, oh, thank God. What else are they going to do with him? We must be done with him because I hate him. I've always hated him. And then he comes back. He keeps coming back. He's like a fucking cockroach. Can someone please step on him? I can't stand this man. It's getting to the point where I'm gonna start leaking lies about the actor to keep him off the show. Like, I'm tired of him. Next is Miss Stella, and before I place her, I want to give context. When I watched season 2, I said that Stella was wasted potential because I wanted to like her, but in season 2 in particular, she did so little that was, like, intriguing to me that I'm pretty sure I put her in the she's fine tier or the they're fine tier. And in this season, she did things. And I enjoyed the things she did, and now I like her. I do. She compelled me at various points. The background with her and, what's his name, Paul. I was about to call him Don Draper. With Paul, that I wish they went a little more into, but I'm pleased with what we got. I'm pleased with how it was handled and progressed the plot. I liked her this season, okay? I did. And I'm curious, actually. I don't know if she's in season 3. I mean, in season 4. But if she is, I'm excited to see it. Oh, hell. Okay. Here's my thing with him. I like what he does for Bradley. I really liked it in season 2 in particular. Now I want him to leave. I stand by, I said this in my season 2 video, I said that his arc should have been that they had no contact. Like, Bradley and Hal, objectively in season 2, needed to go no contact. And they needed to go no contact for an extended amount of time, and I'm talking like a couple years. And then it was just like, I'm a drug addict, and I'll get help now. And then, spoilers, she runs into him at the January 6th riots, because I would like to stress, I saw in the show, like, we panned to him in the Capitol, I'm like, of fucking course he was at January 6th. Like, of fucking course he was. I was so unsurprised. Like, I know that it was supposed to be a big dramatic reveal. I was so unsurprised. I did not call it, but I was very unfazed by it, and spoilers, we find him there. Which, for context, was, like, maybe, like, less than a year after Bradley had last seen him, because she saw him in, like, early COVID. This was January 2021. So we see him, and he's like, no, my girlfriend's pregnant. I can't go to prison. I have to clean up my life. And it's like, I need this man I need someone to like literally beat some sense into him. You should not beat a child to put sense in them, but he's a grown man, and I need like several larger men to just violently assault him and get him to get his life together. I know in season 3, like the actual real time part of it, he does seem to have his life together, and that's great for him. But unfortunately, I don't actually like how he got there. Like, from a narrative perspective, he is a terrible character, and I can't stand him. Mia Jordan, I loved her in season 1. I think she should have been up for an Emmy in season 1. She's up for an Emmy this year, but I'm putting her in a bit iconic. I am actually going to drop her down a tier because, again, just like with Chip, her main thing this season was her romance with the photographer, and I will concede, in that one flashback episode, she was excellent. I was very compelled by a lot of it. It was really, really good. But then it kept coming up, and I did not care. I could not be bothered to care. Like, when I thought that photographer was dead, I was like, good. He's gone. He can't bother me anymore. And then he's alive. And then they... Do they fuck? I don't remember if they fuck. I should know. I watched it a couple hours ago. But either way, like, they rekindle. Whatever they do. And I was mad. I literally booed at my television. Like, I was mad and I'm not happy. I still like her as a character because I see the potential for what she could be. And I think that potential is so good. And plus, I have that residual love from her from when her potential was, like, when she was acting to her potential. But I need less romance from her. Speaking of people I need less romance from, Paul Marks. Where am I gonna put this man? I could put him in a lot of places. I think I'm gonna put him dead center. I'll put him in I like him. I do like what he does for the narrative, even if it is exceedingly narratively similar kind of to the last season of Succession. Like, I was watching it and I could see the beat for beat parallels. I do also want to point out, I texted this to one of my friends because I thought it was really funny. I did also text it to the bestie. This man is so clearly modeled off Elon Musk. Like, so clearly. And I was thinking about it as I was watching. And I was thinking about how Elon Musk has actually founded very few companies. Like, for the unaware, he did not found Tesla. He bought his way into Tesla. And I think about it. I was thinking about how, because he bought his way into most of his, like, known assets, his biggest contribution to society, or at least one of them, is the fact that there is now an archetype in television. Because this is not the first character we have like this. The what's-his-name from Succession is also this archetype, where it's just this insane tech billionaire who's hated by all his employees. That is literally an archetype Elon Musk has created, and I find that amusing. Now back to this man. He's fine. I did know the minute he interacted with Alex that they were gonna start fucking. I was correct about it. I think it was from Mimi, what's her name, the showrunner, but she said something like, we had to put them together. Like, their chemistry on screen is so good, we have to put them together. She's not wrong. They do have insane chemistry on screen. I think they do. I don't actually know. They should be in a movie together. Put them in some film. Let them deal with it there. I didn't like them as a couple. I did not mind where the show took it. I think the, like, betrayal was nice and well done, but I did not like them as a couple. And frankly, this man, like, he was so there for just the plot, and he did not have layers that I found intriguing, and he's fine. Yanko, I said this in season 2, and I honestly stand by it. I don't know why he's still here. I have no idea. He's going into their fine tier. I don't know why this man is still here. Because, like, season 1, his whole thing was with Claire. I'm so glad it's over. For the unaware, in case you can tell from her location, I hated her. I'm glad she is gone. Then in season 2, he was, like, I guess, the target of cancel culture like 5 different times. So that was fun. This season, I think his job was to be like the token normal Republican. And I guess I love that for him. I just think, I don't know why he's here. It's almost getting to the point where I want him to leave because, like, I'm tired of him. Like, we could have a better character if we replaced him. Like, we could say, like, oh, Yanko left. Here's his identical twin brother. Let's explore him now. I feel like there's nothing more they can do with this character that would intrigue me, and he's fine. Like, I don't need him to leave, but he just doesn't have any layers that I care to explore. Next, Miss Alex Levy. I'm putting her in the top tier. I love her. I've always loved her. Season 2, she did take a bit of a back seat, I will concede, but she was great in this season. I feel like this was the first season where the show really figured out how to have 2 leads and handle them both well. The one thing that I wish they did better, I want them interacting more. Okay, that's my main thing. I want these two women to interact more because in the show, right, in season 2 there's beef, but in season 3 it is implied that they are very good friends, and I want that explored more because I feel like they didn't really do anything with it. Like, yeah, they have their moments. They have a couple of moments throughout the season, but I want it better explored. So there's that. As for Miss Alex, like, unrelated to Bradley, this was a very good season for her. I was very compelled by a lot of what she was doing. Ironically, while this man did not compel me, her with this man, specifically just the her part of it, did ironically compel me a bit in ways that I was not expecting, but I was not mad about. It was just, she was good this season, okay? Both, like, Alex Levy as a character and Jennifer Aniston as an actress, she has me thinking I should watch Friends. I have never seen Friends. She has me considering it. Speaking of goated actresses, Laura Peterson is going in the top tier. She is my favorite character in this show. She was last season as well. There are a couple factors to it. First, I think she still is a really good foil to Alex. So there's that at play. Her relationship with Bradley is literally the only relationship that compelled me because it felt like a real relationship. Every other relationship in this show, I was like, I don't believe these are two people who would actually be together. They were the one exception. Like, I saw the visions for them. And then most importantly, Miss Juliana Margulies was on her acting game in this entire season. And here's my Emmy rant. I don't know why Sybil was the one who got the Best Supporting nomination. It should have been her. And she might have even won it because there were several episodes in this season where I was like, I'm bored. And then suddenly she would come in and I'd be like, I'm compelled. I'm intrigued. I'm excited. I'm curious because she would eat up every scene she was in the best way possible. Like that, I think it was the second to last episode of this season where she's yelling at Bradley about that January 6th thing. That episode should have been the one she got nominated for even. I will tell you that for a fact. So there was that episode that was so good. Because if you ask me, the back half of this season was, I'm not going to say rough, but I was not as compelled as I've been in other moments of this show. And then those last 2 episodes got me. And the first scene that really got me going again was her. Her yelling at Bradley. That got me. She was so good. And also as a character, I really like her. I think she's fascinating. I want another spinoff of The Morning Show, frankly, that's like her early days in the media industry. Like, I'm so compelled by her. Maybe it's just that I love Juliana Margulies as an actress because I watched the entirety of The Good Wife. I've seen season 1 like 4 times. I've seen the last season, I think, once or twice. But she is such a good actress. You could put... she is another actress that has me considering watching a show. I'm considering watching ER. For her. There are 330 episodes of that show. I might watch it entirely for her because I know she's in it. They're just, the actors and actresses in this show were so good. And I feel like that doesn't get enough praise. Like the casting, so good. And yeah, that is all I have for you today. Cliff notes, if you want my one key takeaway, is that Laura Peterson should have been up for an Emmy instead of Sybil. I'm dying on that hill. But aside from that, thank you so much for watching. Feel free to comment your thoughts on my rankings down below. Let me know how you feel. You can like and subscribe if you want to, or don't. I will be okay either way. And in the description, I'll put my rankings for the first 2 seasons of the show, so you can check those out if you so choose. And yeah, thank you again for watching. Bye!